To help us get a glimpse into the future of this unfinished world of ours, there has been created a thought-provoking exhibit of the developments ahead of us. The greater and better world of tomorrow. Come, let's travel into the future. What will we see?
Well, Futurama, the brief was to look at what us young people in the team, what we would like to see Peckham in the future, what sort of changes we would like to happen, and the sort of things we would like to see that are better than what we see today. And then we meet up regularly on a Wednesday over at Bell's Gardens, which is also in Peckham, and we started having group discussions about some of the different areas that we might like to tackle, and there were 4 main areas that we looked at. The lighting, there could be a lot more, and it could be changed because it's quite orange, so maybe they could use those white lights that are brighter. Lighting doesn't really light up the whole thing. Okay. They're good because they're the bright lights that I talk about, those white ones. But
these are the white ones, whereas these are yellow.
Yeah.
Like the old-fashioned ones are yellow.
Idris, as a Peckham resident, do you think there should be artwork along here? Would that brighten up your day?
I'm not sure whether it will brighten up the day, but it would make it very interesting to see different art, different cultures. Like if you have I think they should kind of clash it, like old artwork and new artwork, like graffiti and some sort of olden day calligraphy or something like that. Yeah, art can have a really positive impact on people because people interpret things in different ways. So, like the Van Gogh sunflowers, some people see it as the sunflowers are dying, like it's a vision of depression, or other people see like the sunflowers, its final stage is life. And people in their final stages of life usually live life to the fullest and enjoy themselves. Everything can be taken in a different way, and it's all to be enjoyed. During the walk on the Surrey Canal, most of us noticed that there was poor lighting in some of the areas, which is why it's been known for violence and other goings on. So we highlighted the fact that there's poor lighting, there's rubbish tips up, and there's not enough access to bins around.
Well, a lot can happen there without people knowing. It's very secluded, that's it. So we thought about things like lighting, how to get lighting there, and make it more known to the public so it can be used more frequently and it won't be a dangerous place to go through.
I sort of just wanted to draw people's attention to these signs.
What are they?
If you look on the other side, they've got, I think it's like sort of in different languages. They've
That
got
one
all
there?
these, yeah, on that one. And on the reverse of this one, they've got, again, in different languages, kind of, I don't know whether it's Welcome to Peckham or different references to Peckham. So, I love Peckham, thank you. It says, I love Peckham.
Nobody looks at it.
No.
Nobody looks at it. I didn't even look at it. I've passed through here so many times and I just ignore it.
We talked about signage a lot because that was one of the strands, or one of in the communication side of things. It was signs and maps, and we talked about signs and a Peckham sign. And then I think it came up. Joe mentioned like a blank sign would be quite good. Blank. We showed some reference images of blank closed down petrol stations.
Yeah. That was that came from talking, discussions with them. Kind of, what do you want to put on the sign? What should be on the sign? And we need a list of things to go on the sign.
The dustbin, the making Peckham cleaner. We went for a walk and we looked at some of the dustbins, and they were just like the normal dustbins with the holes on the side and the cigarette bit on top. One of the things is that usually, because there are a lot of stores, they just drop their rubbish outside and leave it outside of the bins, and I think that makes it quite messy, like over here as well. So I think that we need like maybe bigger bins to accommodate all the stores that are there.
And people don't really like the bins because they say they don't like really throwing stuff in the bin because they don't like touching the bin because they don't know what's been in the bin. And we've made some ideas. Well, one of the ideas that I wanted was for like the area of the hole for where the rubbish should go at the top and the cigarettes. And they should make 2 bins but do it together. And one for the cigarettes and one for normal rubbish, so no one will have to touch the bins. And yeah, I think that would be a very interesting thing to do and more hygienic.
I can't imagine anybody sitting here. The one you can't really see it because it's behind the stall. And then it's not very attractive.
I think that is good for
and
the
you're looking
summer,
in front of a brick wall.
You get the shade.
Oh yeah, it is well placed under a tree.
There are benches in the
park. What do you think about the shape of the bench? I mean, with its heart, it's quite unusual.
Sad.
I like it. I like the love part on the end.
Yeah.
I don't like
it's quite sad.
It's a bit hippie. Like.
Regardless, that doesn't affect you sitting on a bench over the love hearts there. I think it's stupid.
She doesn't like the material. So what material should they use?
Metal. But metal hurts your bum. And it's cold.
So I think it's not. It doesn't have that community feeling because like all the seats are curved away from each other. So if you're sitting with friends or you want to communicate with people, you're all kind of facing away from each other. It kind of drains the conversation. Like you don't want to keep turning towards people. So it's awkward like that. So you don't really sit there. You kind of move to find better seating. So it's no use to its full potential.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. It was really directly from Leeds to Tomorrow. Really, that was something that they kind of came up with and identified as something that they thought was needed, and kind of odd that you can't sit opposite somebody in a public space because I don't know, it seems kind of threatening or confrontational or something. So then the idea of making something additional to something that existed already was, I think, very nice. It wasn't a grand gesture, but it was a small addition to multiply something's value, and I thought that was very nice. So just went from there. And it's quite nice that something, if it's adding to something existing, it doesn't have to be in itself. It doesn't have. I mean, the budget we had and the time frame maybe didn't allow us to make something permanent that looked like if it was installed by the council there permanently. Maybe possibly, we had those ideas, but adding something was become then it's more like a comment to what's there already. So it doesn't have to be criticised in its own right, but it's more like a comment to what's there, an additional. And I think that worked quite well. So in the end, it was also kind of just a pure design exercise in taking on the idea that was already there, sitting opposite each other.
Peckham together in harmony.
Safety, respect, and love.
ようこそPeckham Space。私はジョイです。
And so, we see some suggestion of the things to come. A world which, far from being finished, is hardly yet begun. A world with a future in which all of us are tremendously interested. Because that is where we are going to spend the rest of our lives. As we go on, determined to unfold the constantly greater possibilities of the world of tomorrow.